This is level 2/3 mobility, Pilates. I'm just going to do the mobility section and film the rest, aren't I? It's getting close to lunchtime, maybe my blood sugar's a bit low. So basics, remember, if you are injured, then this is not appropriate for you to be doing. If anything is uncomfortable at any point, then you just stop point blank. Listen closely for alternatives and adjustments as we go through the session. And obviously this is the mobility section. I'm going to do this part on the floor. And this session today will put part on the floor, part upright. So we're starting on the floor. You will want for this session a cushion. If you've got a block, great, but if you don't have a block, that's fine. You could use your cushion again, or have two cushions, or a hardback book works just as fine. A strap for stretching, and that is it. So I'm going to come down onto my back. So remember, if you've got back issues, we can just roll down and come onto our back. And I'm laying with my knees bent, feet flat to the floor, my feet are just below my knees. Eyes are looking up towards the ceiling. You don't have to have a cushion beneath your head if you don't want to, by the way. I just like comfort. So hands are relaxed by the side. And the first thing I'm going to begin to do is just bring my hands onto my ribs. And I'm just going to begin to rock my pelvis. So I'm rocking my pelvis backwards and forwards. So you can just see there, as I rock, I imprint my lower back into the mat, and then as I rock it forward, that natural space comes up. So I'm just rocking back and forth. And as we're rocking the pelvis back and forth, we're just getting that synovial fluid pumping up around the lumbar spine and the sacral part of the spine. So that's the lower back. So just nice and steady. So you just need to get that movement. So it's not quite an imprint. We're just rocking the pelvis back and forth, like I'm just doing the same with my hands. So I'm rocking backwards and forwards. Even though this is just that rocking of the pelvis, if you have lower back issues, this is nice to do also, just to release out any lower back issues if you have them. If you've got a good firm mattress, you know, like generally at the beginning or the end of the day, it's nice to do. Sometimes when I'm reading, I'll just lay and sort of do this, then do imprints just to help lower my lower back a little bit. So just going back and forth. And then what I want you to do, if you can, for yourself, is just rock it slightly. So your spine, there's a slight tuck and your spine's in neutral, but it's going to feel slightly different to your normal posture, just as we would do when we're upright. Hands are still on the rib cage. Let us focus on that lateral breath. So we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And what we want to feel is the ribs expanding and contracting as we breathe. Sorry. Every time I do start breathing, breaths in through my nose, do the lateral breath, I start sneezing. So feeling the ribs expand and contract, that is the breath. Sorry, apologies. So that is the breath that we want the whole way through our practice. Now I know when we go through this point, we're kind of exaggerating it a little bit, or maybe I do with the noise, but breathing out through the mouth. So just nice and steady. And then once you've got used to that way of breathing, let us take our focus into our pelvic floor. So starting at the very back of the bottom, at the back of the crack line, contracting those muscles at the back, then into the middle, and then round to the front. So we're drawing all those muscles up. So think of it as a 1, 2, 3, and we're contracting at the back, into the middle, and 3 at the front. 2's in the middle. So you want a pulling up sensation as you're contracting that pelvic floor. Once you've got that pulling up sensation, we want the belly button to be drawn down towards the spine. So we've got about 25-30% tension in there, but we've got stability, we feel strong, we can breathe. So we're really activating our core. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my cushion away now, is I'm just going to begin to draw my chin into my chest and stretch out the back of my neck and shoulders. So double chin, just 5 of those. So 4 more, squeeze in and out. And inhale. As you inhale, you squeeze in, exhale as you draw out. Last 2. And last 1. Cervical rotations, just rotating the head side to side. Nice and steady, just a few of these. Nothing big, just a little bit of rotation. And then draw your shoulders up, heads in the center, shoulders up, and slide them down. So up, slide them down. Inhale. Last 2. Let them relax down. Lift your heels up and down. Lift the toes up and down. So heels up and down, toes up and down. So as you lift your toes up and you draw them a little bit towards you, you've got that dorsiflexion, you're going to feel it in the front of the shins, front of the ankles. And we've still got that neutral spine, pelvic floor contracted, abdominal belt contracted, up and down, toes up and down. So just 1 more, and then bring it back. This time, eyes looking up, we're going to slide the hand down towards the ankle and back to the center. Slide. Now you can keep the body on the floor, or you could just lift the head up by about 30 degrees, tuck the chin into the chest and just slide, so you're looking down the body. But if we've got any neck issues, we're just going to keep it down. So breathing in, out in the center. So bring that lateral flexion along the side. Now I know you're not going to get as big a movement on the floor as you get standing. That's okay. Last one to the left. Bring it back. Hands to the tummy, knees together, feet together. Easy. 5 past 2, 5 to 2. So just gently letting the knees shift side to side. Again, bringing some movement into the side, a little bit of rotation into the thoracic part of the spine. Back issues, we're keeping the range small. If we're comfortable, we may want to go a little bit further, and as we go that little bit further, we may let the toes lift onto the side. So nice and steady. 2 more. So 1 more to the right, 1 more to the left. Excuse me. And then come back. Bring the fingers onto the hip bones, thumbs onto the rib cage, so we've got that square aware. Feet are hip distance apart. Bring one leg up to 90 degrees. It's like a table. We should be able to rest a tray on there. And all we're going to do is take it out and in. Just bring in some movement. So it comes back above the hip. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, rotate your ankle in one direction, then the other, and then bring it down. Opposite leg comes up. 90 degrees again. Go out and in. Out. Breathe in and out. Last one. Bring it down. Again, heels up, down, toes up. Heels up, down, toes to chest. Lift the balls of the feet off the floor. Nice and steady, just for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands by the side as if swimming backstroke. Lift the arms up. Palms are facing forward over the chest. We take one arm over the head and back and down. So they come together, back and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And remember, we want to keep that neutral spine position as we go through this mobility. So we bring the arms over. What we don't want is going too far and the ribs begin to lift and the spine begins to arch. Just for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and bring it down and relax. Gently draw the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around, gently rock side to side. We're now ready to move on to our workout. Feet down. I'm going to come across, press pause there. That is part 1 of your mobility. The rest will be all together. Well done.